Hi, in this video I will show how to make chords with the Mutable Instruments Yarns Midi interface and how to use those chords in a simple sequence with the internal sequencer of yarns. What I've set up is I've connected the 4 CV outs to a mixer, to a mult and another mixer, and then directly to the external interface and mixer where my speakers are connected. I've also connected the MIDI in. That's my Korg Electribe 2. I will use the keypad of the Korg Electribe 2 in this case only to help making a simple 2 or 4 note sequence rather than using the step buttons on the Yarns panel. Yarns has a built-in oscillator that you can put on any of the 4 CV outputs or to the 4 parts, and per part you can also set the tone or the pitch of the oscillator relatively to the ground tone that you select. In this case we will select the ground tone C and we'll make a C major chord as an easy example. So first of all we will select layout for monophonic voices so that we can switch on oscillators per part, and each part has a CV output. So we'll go to the parts menu, part 1, select part 1, go to oscillator, OS, oscillator's default off, but we can select the waveform. Any waveform, several waveforms and noise available. Let's take a pulse wave. Okay, for part 1 we will keep at this tone, ground tone C. We'll go back to part 2. Part 2 we'll set the oscillator on. Let's take the same waveform and then we go to TT, transpose, and we can set the digits here are semitones in the scale of C. So the 4th semitone is the note E that fits into the C major chord. Then we go to part 3, put the oscillator on, same wave shape, and we'll select semitone 7, which is in this case the G note. Go to part 4, oscillator on, and we can select for instance this one. Okay, so now we created a chord in the Yarns MIDI interface. Next thing to do is make a sequence. So we'll make a sequence for each of the 4 parts, the same sequence in this case, but you can make different sequences. So record, the parts here are named R1, 2, 3, 4. So for R1 we will program 4 notes, C, 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 D, D. We'll do the same for part 2. Same for part 3. Same for part 4. Okay, so now we have a simple sequence and we can play it. What I like to do is always go to the tempo menu and then select external clock as tempo, so I can control the tempo with my Korg Electribe. Okay, so here are the chords. We can make it a bit more fancy by taking a gate from one of the parts, you see, and then put it in an envelope take the CV out of the envelope and put that in a filter or VCA, or let's take a low pass gate in this case. So then we need to take the output of the mixer and put that in as input in the low pass gate, and the output of the low pass gate in the mult to the mixer. Then we have something like this. Okay, so this is how to make chords with the Mutable Instrument Yarns and how to use it in a simple sequence. Thank you.